Hi everyone, my name is Suzanne and I'm a Chinese metaphysics master in Hong Kong. Today I'm going to show you how you can use your Bazi chart to determine what you need to do to boost your social media presence. There's 5 different ways to boost your social media presence and your impact, the kind of following you can get on social media. And those 5 ways are related to the 5 elements in your Bazi chart. Now, the reason why this is important is, of course, if you have a social media presence that is related to your business, you want to make sure that you make an impact, that you reach as many people as possible, and you need to build a strong brand. A strong brand then leads to loyal fans and followers, and then obviously, ultimately, to people who buy your products and your services. So this is really, really important, and especially during period 9, which we are now fully into. In period 9, practically everything happens online, right? And any new technology is extremely important. And those people who are not being seen or not being visible, not being heard on social media, they will just start to lag behind. And so if you want to monetize your skill sets, your talents, your products, your services, then this is definitely very, very important for you. So the first thing we need to do is to actually plot our Bazi chart. So you can go to the link I've got here on the screen, but I've also posted it I've posted it in the description to the video. So you just copy paste it and then you enter your birth details. Now, for this particular analysis, it's irrelevant whether you know your time of birth because we're focusing mostly on the year. So if you have no idea about the actual time of birth, then don't worry, you can still do this. You can still use this analysis. So the the actual focus point of this particular analysis lies in the year. Yeah, in the year pillar. We call this the year pillar. The year pillar represents your brand, your reputation, how the industry sees you, how your wider social circle sees you. And so this is why this becomes the focus point for how you can monetize your brand. Before you can sell anything, you need to brand yourself first. Only then can you actually go into selling. So this year pillar tells you about what it is, what kind of message you have to send in order to become credible enough for people to buy from you, for people to actually believe in you enough to buy your products and your services. So this is why we look at the year pillar. This is the most external one. Now, the component within the year pillar we look at is actually the year stem. So this part here, this is called the year stem. And at the bottom of the year stem, you have the element written there. So this is the earth. This is the yin polarity of earth. Now, it doesn't really matter whether it's yin or yang. Just check which element you have, yeah? So it could be either wood, fire, earth, metal, or water. It's going to be one of these 5 elements. And so depending on what element you have there, you need to adapt your social media presence to convey a particular message so that people actually believe you, that you come across as more credible. So the first impression here is key. What kind of first impression do you need to convey, right? So depending on what you have there in the year stem, which element appears here, you need to convey different sort of impressions to come across as a credible person in order to then make money from whatever it is that you're selling. So we're not at all concerned with the bottom part here. This doesn't matter at all. It's really only the top one. So in this particular case, it is earth, right? Now, if you have the earth element there in the year stem, the first impression that needs to come across is someone who is reliable and trustworthy. Yeah, so whatever you do, you need to actually deliver on the message that you're sending on your social media channels. So let's say if you promise that you're going to post 5 times a week, you actually need to post 5 times a week because that then makes you reliable and trustworthy. If you promise that you post progress updates on whatever it is that you're doing, you actually need to post those progress updates. You also need to come across as authentic, because if you're authentic, then you're trustworthy. Yeah. So if you use too many filters, too much makeup, if you pretend to be someone who you are actually not, and I know we are all doing this to some degree on social media, but if you have the earth element there, you need to really reduce this to a minimum, because the first impression people have of you needs to be that of someone who we can relate to, because they're reliable, pardon, because they're reliable and trustworthy. Now, let's say you have the wood element, or a wood stem as the year stem. Then the first impression that you need to get across is that you are a pioneer in your industry, or a pioneer in your expertise, in your subject matter expertise. You need to be seen as forward thinking, very innovative, not someone who sticks to the tried and true methods. Whether you or not you're actually that person is irrelevant, but you need to be seen as such. So you need to boost that sort of image as someone who is keen to try new things, uh, be open-minded, be innovative, and just be a pioneer in whatever comes your way. So you need to be growth-oriented. So go with the trends, yeah, and ask people to look ahead and have a vision. So it's very, very important that you help people have a vision for themselves and for their lives. You need to project that innovation and forward thinking is your core principle. So then if you do that, then you will over time amass more followers, because you come across as credible, and then obviously you can then sell your products more easily. Now, next up, we've got the fire element. So if you have the fire element in the year stem, you need to be inspirational. Be a person that builds a very strong emotional connection, and that really, really lifts up your audience, energizes the audience, motivates them to become better. And you need to be passionate about something. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what it is that you're passionate about, but you have to be passionate about one thing, or maybe different things, doesn't matter, but show passion. And just bring that spark across, because that will inspire other people as well. And obviously, that goes way beyond just posting inspirational messages and affirmations. You really, really need to show that you're passionate about something, and that you're going for it, and that if you can do it, everyone else can do it as well. Now, the next one is the metal element. So if you have a metal element in your year stem, then you need to come across as someone who has very high standards. You yourself need to hold yourself to a high standard at whatever it is that you offer. So the first impression needs to be that of someone who offers prime or premium quality, very, very high quality products or services. And in a case like this, it's always better to under promise and over deliver, because then people are really impressed by the sort of standards you set within the industry, or within your subject matter expertise. Now, give people really, really good information, valuable information, precise information, and not just general information, right? So it has to be really targeted, very, very specific, because that makes you stand out as someone who knows what they're talking about, and who really, really delivers for their audience. And then lastly, we've got water, the water element. So if you have a water stem in the year pillar, then you just need to come across as intelligent. Yeah, even if you're actually dumb, or even if you actually don't know much about what you're talking about, it has to sound intelligent. You have to use big words. Maybe quickly read up on something before you actually post it, and come across as someone who is really, really smart. So whatever you're posting, it actually has to have some substance to it. The data has to be real. The information has to be verifiable. So you have to come across as really, really intelligent and smart, even if that may not be true. But at least you need to seem that way. And so this then makes you credible enough for people to buy into whatever it is you have to sell. This is going to be your brand. And then obviously you can monetize your brand. All right. So these are the areas that you need to boost or need to improve if you do have a social media presence, based on your Bazi chart. And this doesn't change every year. Yeah. This is based on your natal chart, the year stem of your natal chart. And so just make sure that the first impression is always as indicated by your year stem, and then it should be fairly easy to monetize whatever you have to sell. All right. I hope this helped you guys, especially those of you who are online, who have an online business, who sell online. This should give you a bit of a boost, and then can also streamline how you approach your marketing and your branding activities across different platforms, because of course it has to be the same message across platforms. Okay, so hopefully you found this useful. If you do have any questions, any comments, please let me know in the comment section below. If you would like to have a full reading, then of course you can contact me. My email address is in the description to the video. And in the meantime, as always, I wish you all the best, and please like this video, subscribe to it if you're not already subscribed, and share it with anybody who is interested in building up their social media presence. Okay, you guys, see you soon.